Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. When I first sat down with Guillermo del Toro, we spent 2 hours talking, Isaac tells Entertainment Weekly during a phone call from New York. By the end of it, he says, "I think you have to be my Victor." And I just stared at him like, what now? Del Toro, a lifelong Frankenstein devotee, Isaac notes with awe that the director even has a house dedicated to the creature, has been dreaming of bringing Mary Shelley's masterpiece to life for 3 decades. His long-awaited adaptation arrives in select theaters October 17 before streaming on Netflix November 7. A Victor shaped by fathers. What convinced Del Toro that Isaac was his Frankenstein wasn't a conversation about the scientist at all, but about fathers. In this version, Victor's strained relationship with his domineering father, played by Charles Dance, becomes the story's emotional core. In Shelley's book, Victor's father is quite kind. But in our film, he's abusive, demanding, and someone Victor blames for his mother's death, Isaac explains. So when Victor tells his tale, he starts with, "How was I created? How was this person created?" It's all rooted in that father-son dynamic. A rock star in the lab. While the character has been played on screen by Colin Clive, Kenneth Branagh, James McAvoy, and others, Del Toro reimagines Victor as something entirely different, part scientist, part crazed artist. "Guillermo told me, this guy's a rock star," Isaac recalls. Inspired by musicians like Jimi Hendrix and Prince, Isaac worked with costume designer Kate Hawley to channel that wild, electric energy. When Victor walks into the lab, it's like stepping onto a concert stage. He's placing his singers, his pyrotechnics, his instruments. There's this euphoria, this frenzy of discovery. The laboratory scenes were just as intense off-screen. Isaac describes 4 a.m. call times surrounded by prosthetic limbs, buckets of blood, and slabs of ice. "For me, it wasn't stomach-turning. My dad's a doctor, he even visited set. I grew up with a fascination for the human body. The descent into monsterhood. But Del Toro's Frankenstein isn't just about science, it's about identity and inheritance. Victor's obsession with conquering death is tied to his need to defy his father. Over time, that obsession consumes him. Over a couple of years, you see him go through the arc of an entire human life," Isaac says. He begins as this rock star, full of fire, but by the end he's a battered old man. And the irony is, while his creation becomes more human, Victor himself becomes more of a monster. For Isaac, the duality between Victor and his creature is at the heart of Del Toro's vision. They're mirrors of each other. One passes pain to the next, the way fathers and sons do. But there's also heartbreak, forgiveness, and the possibility of breaking the cycle. Del Toro's permission. Despite the weight of Del Toro's lifelong passion project, Isaac says the director gave him, Jacob Elordi, the creature, and Mia Goth, Elizabeth Lavenza, freedom instead of pressure. "One of the first things Guillermo told us was, you can't fail. You just have to show up," Isaac recalls. That permission, to play, to explore, to not feel crushed by expectation, was the greatest gift.